Hey YouTube, this is Steve from San Francisco. Today is Friday, June 28th, 2024. And did you see the debate last night between Joe Biden and Trump, the next president? I seen some of it, and Joe Biden looked awful. He looked awful. He looked like a buffoon. He looked like a deer in the headlights. His mouth was open. He's not the same person he was just a few years ago. Some say he's a robot. Man, his performance sucked. He's not going to win. No. Trump's going to win this election. Hands down, Trump's going to win. And I predicted Biden was going to screw up during the debate. I've been saying that for a long time. That was going to be his biggest fuck up. Yeah. Everything. Instead of saying he defeated, instead of saying defeating the want virus, he defeated Medicare. What the hell is going on with him? I'm telling you, he's not going to make it. Trump's going to win. All right? There's a thing I need to talk about. This is very big. This could end up causing a war. What's going on? Okay, we have the national debt. Nobody's talked about the national debt at all. The national debt clock keeps on going up. And income and inflation. People's income are not keeping up with inflation. All right. About 12 weeks ago, California put their minimum wage up to $20 an hour. Then you think, wait a minute. Look. All right. If these fast food workers are getting $20 an hour, what about these warehouse workers? What about retail or car dealerships? All right. If they hired the minimum wage up to $20 an hour, that means the people that are working their normal jobs that they had for the last 10 years, minimum wage is like $6 ahead of somebody that just started working. Minimum wage. Say if you're making $20 an hour, and the guy that's been working for years at one company is only making $6 more, there's something wrong here. All right. This is going to cause a war. Inflation. It is. People are going to get together and it's going to cause a war. People are going to get fed up. They're not making enough money. They can't pay their rent. Yeah. They can't pay their rent on their wage. So something's gonna give. You look at it this way. Okay? The upper class. All right, they're getting all the money. Probably like $500,000 a year. or $250,000 a year. Then you have the lower class, the poor people. They ended up getting the $20 an hour raise. Oh, back in 2012, I would have agreed on it. But I look at it now, it would cause problems. Okay, what about the people in the middle? The people in the middle, all right, like a warehouse worker, they're making $6 more than someone that is making minimum wage. That isn't fair. If you've been out of school or had the same job for years, you should be getting paid. Say if you've been working for 30 years, you should have $30 more than the person that has the minimum wage. Say if minimum wage is 20, the person that's been out of school for 30 years, working, graduating, going to college, should be making $50 an hour. Or someone that's gone to college, graduated high school, or got their GED, they should be making a lot more than someone that's making a minimum wage. Because they work harder, they spent more time on their education, they should be making more. Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair. You see someone at a warehouse, they're working a lot harder than someone that's working at a McDonald's or a Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks. Yeah. Because in a warehouse, you're doing heavy lifting. You have to put up with a lot of crap. This is what's happening. The middle class is getting crushed. All right? This is what's going on. If you're in the middle class is shrinking. It's getting squeezed, getting crushed. All right? The middle class, all right, if you're struggling, you can't afford things. You can't afford what the rich have. Or if you're struggling, you make too much for assistance. All right? You're making too much. Okay, let me say this. Back in 1979, your week's paycheck was your month's rent. Your week's paycheck was your month's rent. Now, your month's income doesn't even add up to what the rent is for a one-bedroom apartment. How the fuck do people afford everything? How? How do people afford anything? Yeah, what you make in a month doesn't cover your rent? What the fuck? There's something wrong. All right, I remember back in 2019, rent was $1,700 a month. You know how much it is now with inflation? $3,000. I'm getting heated up. My blood pressure's high right now. $3,000 for an apartment. Yeah. How could people afford anything? That's why, look at the homeless population. They can't afford anything. The working man can't afford anything. This is going to cause a war. It is. It's going to cause a war. The companies are not paying more. They're not giving raises. No. If you're stuck at $26 an hour, you're stuck. They won't pay you $35 or $40. How do you survive? Look at car insurance is up. They charge you for parking. Anything. Your dentist bill. Your medical bills. Food. People says, oh, do I pay my rent this month or do I feed my kids? It's gotten to that point now. Yeah. Where's our raise? Things have gotten worse since November 2021. This inflation sucks. And it's going to cause a war. I'm telling you. It's going to cause a war. That Bidenomics thing sucks. It's not working. So we can get Joe Biden out of there. Things were better 6 years ago under Trump. Yeah. I could see it. Within the next 8 months, the stock market's going to crash. It's going to be a big crash. I give it by next February. It's going to happen. Yeah, look at it. Look at. Ever since Biden's got sworn in, everything's been screwed up. He is the worst president we ever had. Or have now. Yeah. He's going to go down as the worst president. He shits his pants during a debate. And he needs people to help him. And the other countries are laughing at us. They are. And if Trump gets back in, there'll be another stimulus check by the next 4th of July. They need a stimulus check. Yeah. All that money that's going to Israel, Ukraine, that money should be stimulus. They should make a stimulus check for everybody. They should give everybody at least $4,000. Each person should get $4,000. That would help people out. American people. It'll help the homeless out. Another stimulus check. Instead of sending it. I remember we did a podcast on December 20th, on December 23rd, 2020, with me and a friend of mine, and we showed Donald Trump talking about a stimulus check. He wanted to send more money, but when Biden got in, he sent $12,000. Everybody could have gotten $2,500. You see how cheap Biden is? It doesn't help the American people. That check, everybody should be getting a stimulus check. That would help everything out. Yeah. Look at the price of food, the price of gas, credit card debt. Look at how do you afford anything? How could you afford anything? Especially here in California. But Gavin Newsom, that's another clown. Yeah. I hope somebody sends me a comment on Steve from Sanford at yahoo.com, or send me a message on YouTube. I like to hear what somebody says, replies to what I'm saying. Yeah. The workers, the fast food workers got a raise. What about the warehouse workers? What about all these other workers? They need a raise. They need more money. Not a 2% raise, 2 or 3% raise each year. Yeah. People need more money. Yeah, give us like $35 an hour or $40 an hour. If a fast food worker's making $20 an hour, give like a warehouse worker $40 an hour. This is really gas, $60 to fill up my fucking tank. And car insurance, $160. Student loan debt. Dentist bill. Yeah, it all adds up. Food. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And now the fast food workers are going to be replaced by robots. It was a trap. Anyways, you got your $20. You're getting laid off. Yeah, something's going to happen. There's either going to be a war over this. Maybe this is the Civil War about wages. Or maybe there's going to be a big, huge stock market crash by 2025. It's coming. It's coming soon. It's going to happen. The crash of 2025. Biden's not going to be the president then. No. He cooked his goose last night. He might be done. He might even drop out, and some other clown is going to take his place. Yeah. Which clown are they going to get? Maybe Krusty from The Simpsons? Alright. This is Steve from San Francisco. That's all I have to say, because this is irritating. Alright? You can reach me at Steve from Sanford at yahoo.com, or just leave me a message on YouTube. Alright? And I am out.